Hey guys, I am back again for the next part of this video. Okay, so as you can see, I managed to sew these on okay. Now it went a little bit, like, seemed to go a little bit puckery, but when I put it down, like I put the little dot in the middle, and I initially had pins on there, but I kept on getting caught with these pins. So what I did is I got to match the color. You will all get a thread of some sort, and so I started around here and I just did a running stitch. I don't know if you can see that. I might zoom it in a bit. You can probably see that. So I did a running stitch in and around here, and when I did the first one, I pulled that open like that, and I come out underneath, because it is, if you want to keep it as a tablecloth, you don't want knots and bits and pieces underneath. So so I've done, something's dropped. I've done around here, and I've done around here, and now I'm going to do around here. So actually I think I know what I dropped. Hang 10. Okay, I was going to have one of these in the centerpiece, but which I think is not, looks okay, but when I was doing up the kits with my friend, I found all these yo-yos, and I've got all these vintage yo-yos, and so I was thinking of putting a yo-yo in the middle of it. So that one is mine. Some of them are actually a little bit bigger. So I got all these yo-yos, and I just sort of went over some of them. I like this size, because I felt like they needed to, the front thing needed to be covered, like a little bit bigger. So it'd be nice if I had something like that with the peach, with a bit of blue in there. So, and there's one that actually looks better on that side. So I just thought, I wanted it to be a little bit vintage. Actually, don't mind that one. I think that looks rather cute. I think having that solid colour, because there's a tiny little bit of yellow in there, but we'll see. It'll be either that or that. But yeah, some of them, see, that's quite nice, were a little bit bigger, and I made sure that they all looked perfect with it. It was one that was like, it had all blue, and then I put one of those on there to cover it all up, so that you wouldn't just see the red. Okay, now put these away. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, hopefully I might go back out again, because I don't want you to miss seeing stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do, okay, I've done that one. I've left the pin in there, and I thought I'd leave it in, but I've pushed it over. So what I'm going to do is I've put a knot on that one, and then go underneath here, so that you don't see the knot. Okay, now I'm trying my best to push. It is, some of you are lucky and your tablecloths aren't as big, so we're just going to do a simple running stitch, so it's quilting. I may go back along here as well, but for now I'm just going to do the basic hold down. Hopefully you can see me, and I thought having safety pins is a little better than having pins, because I kept on pinning myself. And yes, these can get caught around the safety pins, but generally it's not so bad. So each time I do it, I make sure that I push it so it stretches out, and then hold it. this is just a basic stitch. I might even you know, maybe even do a fly stitch along there to hold that down, just to make it a little bit prettier. Yeah, this one, because this part that we're doing here is the bit that it's attached, so you can see what I've done. Look underneath, so you should be able to see the quilting through, but you don't have the knot. Okay, so I'll do a little bit more, maybe undo that and then pin that here. Okay, push. When I put it down, I actually put a little bit of glue underneath so it would hold down a little bit. Yeah, it can be a little temperamental, and even if it ends up being a little bit puckery and it's not completely flat, it's okay. We're not here to try and win any prizes. Okay. Okay, nice simple running stitch, which is a quilting stitch basically. So I hope you went okay with your putting these pieces on. I don't know what that beeping was. I've got windows open, so it could be anything, because it's a bit of a cooler night and I don't need the air conditioner on. So it's nice having the window open, get natural fresh air. Okay, now so push, hold it down. Okay, so what I might do is I may pause, because once you've seen me do that, you really don't need to watch. It's looking really nice. I think at first something I was really worried. See how it's sort of like puckering up at here? See how it's sitting like that? But so by the time I push it over and stitch it down, and the next bit, once I finish that, I'll probably undo all the pins, and we're going to be, I'll show you what we need to do here. And this on here, I've actually gone over it with a permanent marker pen so that I can take it to the iron and then iron it over. And we're going to slip stitch that down, and then once it's all down, I'll go over it with this thread again. And I was thinking, I don't know whether I do a normal stitch or I might even do a feather stitch, which catches that, and do a feather stitch all the way around. So I just picked a pink that worked really well with both of the colours, and I'm also doing it on the green to tie it in. So the colour that you get in your kit is going to work in with that as well. Okay, so I'll be back. So remember, just grab it like this. You've got a bit of a handful, push it so that it sits flat. Oh, I have to take that out. And yeah, and just sew away. So I'll be back. Okay, well, I'm back, and I've stitched all the way around the outside of that. So what I'm going to do is I will show you, for the last stitch, we just go underneath and we knot it off at the back. See, this is where the first knot was, just so we don't have any knots underneath it. I might give it another bit of a grab. So, okay, cut that off. Okay, now for this part, put my pin here. I was thinking I might use this colour to do around here. Okay, so I'm going to get this here and put that underneath. which is like a little ironing board, and I might even give it a bit of an iron just so it sits a little flatter. I might put that back when we're done. Okay. Okay. It's handy having those little ironing boards. See, it sits really good now, but then see, these parts are sitting funny, but we're progressively working on it bit by bit. Okay, it's all good. Now, what we need to do is we need to get, it definitely is a bit tricky when you've got such a big tablecloth. Now, where is my, there it is. After that, oh, that. So what I might do, see how, look, it's gathered a little bit there. That's okay. I'm okay with that. It's not a massive deal breaker. It just gives it that authentic look. Now, so let's have a look if we're in. I'm going to put that up like that. So these bits here, pull my ironing part down. I might, as I go along, just give it a bit of, see, I might even do that. Fold it over, make sure it's folded on the line. Actually, and then do that. And there. Okay. And fold that there like that. Okay. So and double check too that it's being folded down. That part's done. Come and give it a bit of an iron. Bring it round. Okay. This. So this is almost like doing the paper English paper piecing. So be careful that we don't get this glue on on this part. So I'm wondering if I've got a piece of paper. Alright, hang 10. I might, this is just a little bit of calico that I might just stick underneath just in case, because I don't want to get glue on the work. Okay, can you see what I'm doing here? I might zoom it in just a tad. So you've already marked the pencil lines. Okay, so you go one there, so that we can fold and fold. So it sort of has this little V. Okay, so then come back, give that a bit of an iron, and then we'll continue going all the way around. Okay, and usually you do 2 at a time. Okay, there, you fold and fold. A bit more here. So I don't know why I've got this on. I'll continue to do this all the way around and give it an iron along the way, so it's the glue's holding it down and also the iron is holding it down. Then we're going to come back and probably do pins with this one, and then I'm just going to get some of this and slip stitch it. So go all the way around doing that. Now this is the part, even if you haven't extended it, this is what you need to do to stitch it onto your piece. Okay, I will be back. Okay, I'm back again. I might zoom out. Here we go. I think that's the furthest in I can go out. So I've done all that. Okay, it's being ironed down. So I've gotten my polyester thread, and I'm going to start probably sewing on the top end there. And because it's on the top and you don't need you know, like I can just hide it underneath there. Okay, so this is just a slip stitch that we're going to use to slip stitch it down. Might use this. So I was thinking, wonder if I should do some pins just to make sure that it stays down. Okay. And take them out, push it down flat, and we're going to take out the pins as we go. So I've got this underneath. That's for the iron. Hopefully they're in camera. It's so big and bulky. Okay. That way I've just got the thing underneath. Put that away. There we go. Hold that down. This way, don't have a raw edge. I might just leave it at that. And where did my thing go? Here it is. I'm finding it. There. And I'll start over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath one of the points. It's got hold of the knot, and this is already knotted, and that's just great, isn't it? That's what the only trouble when you have a really big long thread, it gets knotted in it. Arr, not good. Excuse the puns. Oh, good Lord. Maybe it might pay to have a finer, not so long thread. Okay, sorry guys. Just trying to find out which one I can. Oh, we'll see how we go. It might be all right. So we're just going to grab it and hold that down, come through, yeah, it's not too bad, and just do a slip stitch, which is underneath, pull up, and yeah, that knot's going to be a problem, but now this isn't hard, it just might take a little while, so I could probably quickly zoom in so most of you know how to do a slip stitch. Ooh, there we go. Okay, underneath, up. Yep. Yeah, that's that knot going through every time. Okay, underneath, up. So you're just grabbing a little bit so you don't see the oh, there's another knot. Serious? Oh, you're serious. Okay, there we go. That's better. Underneath, lift it up. So I will do that. I'll do some with you along the way. Just pin back and just yep. That's why I thought I'm not going to pin it all down, because I'll end up jabbing myself. As it is, you know, there's enough pins there, and that'll hold that down. So when you get to the corner, just give it a pull so that corner bit is down underneath, and just grab it a little piece. Now we're going to go over this edge here. I'm going to do an embroidery and do the fly stitch. Okay, so I'll be back. I'm just going to pause it and I'll stitch all the way around, and when I come back I'm going to choose, I'm probably yelling at the camera, which one do I have? And I'm going to, well, I've got this thread, I'll stitch that down, and then I'm going to maybe just do a couple of little other stitches around that. I think this one probably rounder. I'll give it a 9. There we go. I quite like it. Quite like that one. I think I will end up using that one. It's got a bit of yellow in there, and it brings that yellow in, because I think that's probably too much. Okay, here we go. So when I come back, stitch that down, and then I'm just going to get a ruler. Where are we? Oh, I've got you. And just go along there, you know, to the sort of like find the middle point, go there, and then do a ruler line going all the way in the middle of there. That will make it a little bit easier for us to stitch, and that you do with the friction pen, because once, so along here I'm going to do a fly stitch. I'm just going to do a slip stitch on this, and around here I'm going to do a feather stitch. So and that's probably all. I'm sitting there pointing and doing all this stuff and you can't see. I'll zoom back out again, and then I will be back. Here we go. Okay, I am back again. I haven't finished stitching it down because it took a little while, but I've stitched this down, so I thought I'd show you what I want to do with this. You know, I've got these colours, and I do really like that one, which I'm going to use around here, but I think that's too, I don't know, with the red. So I'm just thinking, do I use this to bring out that one, or do I use that one? Yeah, maybe I can. I'll give it a whirl. Definitely not that one. So I'll try that colour first, and if it's not suitable I'll go back to the lighter one. So what I was going to do here, I wanted to do something that's sort of going to incorporate, you know, do a bit of stitching on it. Now once again, so you don't have all these knots at the bottom, okay, we're going to come out here. Okay, so what I want to do with this, hopefully we're still in camera, we're just going to do, I'm going to probably just go like that and then go like that. That way we don't use as much thread. And then go like this. Just catch some. And we're just going to hold that down, and it's going to give it a bit of a like with anything, it's always hard to do. Okay, there we go. When it's a little thicker. In camera, yep. Zoom it in a tad. There we go. Just don't want to zoom it in and you don't see it. What I'm trying to do. Okay, just go like this. And then maybe down a little lower. Catches it here. Doesn't have to be completely even stitches. I want that to go into the corner and then back up here. Actually, I don't mind that colour. I think that looks good. Down, up. That way we're using less thread. And get the look that we want. Now I was actually thinking I might get a button to put in the middle. And I have got some really cute buttons. I was thinking one in particular. There, that's the one. So just go through your button stash. That one there. I like that. Don't want anything too overbearing, because I'm probably going to use this as a tablecloth. You've got three ways you can use this. Reuse it as a tablecloth, turn it into a quilt. I mean, I'll probably use it as a tablecloth and then maybe down the track turn it into a quilt top, or you can use it as a wall hanging. So you've got quite a few ways that you can use this. Yeah, I'm glad I used that darker colour actually, because it brings out that. I was just a bit worried that it wouldn't look any good with the red, but there's a bit of red in here, so it's all good. Okay, just pretty it up a little bit, make it nice. Oh, that's gonna look cute. Still in camera. Yep. So, I still need to do the back. Let's go a little bit. You seem to be going on a bit of a funny angle. So see if we can get it back around again. There we go. But that's because it is a hexagon shape. And then just going to go all the way around, and I probably will stitch the button on with using this colour actually, because it'll make the button stand out a little bit. I'm glad I used this yo-yo. You really got to be careful, because we don't want to be sewing into the tablecloth and sewing it all together. Okay. Sort of go long and short. I like that. It's looking rather cute. So once we've done this, I'm going to get my friction pen and draw a line, and I'm going to do a fly stitch. So in the next video I will have finished this, the button will be sewed on, all the fly stitch will be done, and I will finish doing feather stitch on here. Maybe I'll show you the very last bit that I do. This is the book that I use. I've recently got a new book which has really good instructions. This is one I'm using, I used for down the garden path, and it's got really good instructions on how to do the stitches at the back, so that's really good. But this, okay, feather stitch, that's what I'm going to do on the around the outside. That feather stitch here, probably go, you know, maybe just not so a double, but that, and that, so half of it's on here and half it's actually on the linen. So and then fly A B C D E F G H I J. Thought I'd show you the fly stitch, which is that, which I will do sort of like a chain of fly stitch, so little Y's, which I'll continue on. So there you go, finish this off. Probably gonna need to renew, and then because we don't want it just to be plain, this is going to be really lovely stitched piece. Okay, what I might do is I'll go like that, and then this just gets tricky because I want to finish it off. So what I'm going to do is I'll mod it. Whoop. So look. Yep, that's about right. Okay. So I'll continue around using this and then sewing the button in the middle. Oop. Okay, go through. There we go, and then pull that knot through. Okay, so, and then cut that off, pull, cut, and that knot will go there, and the next join I'll catch that knot. So there's always ways of hiding your stitches. Still in camera, see, that looks really good. I like that. So pretty, it's looking absolutely gorgeous. Now the ones that you guys have, there's all different type. You don't have to have the pretty like the one I've got. You can have have it whatever you like, and colours that suit you. I would be happy with any of them. I was sorting through them with my friend, and thought I'd be happy with any of them because they are all beautiful. Okay, we'll continue on. Might as well finish this off. So I'm going to go through here like this, it through, because I want to catch that last knot, because we want to make sure that it's definitely stitched down. Geez, it's hard to find the end. I'm gonna just catch it. Go through. There we go. Go up. So at least that's caught down. And then we really don't want it going anywhere. And the other ones there, I mean, I love this idea. When I saw these I just thought, oh, I've got all these tablecloths and they are going to look so good, and I'm just so happy with how they all match the ones that I had them with. And even some of them I think, oh no, I can't really use that, but it looks so good with the one that actually got picked with it. Like, some aren't as big, which is probably not a bad thing, because it's a lot easier to handle. This is quite a big one, but it's what went with this particular piece. Yeah, there were some of them I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to get rid of them. Like, I really like them, but I like them all, even some of the ones that had orange in it. I thought, which, you know, not really my colour, but they just look so retro, and the beautiful fabrics that I chose for them look so good. You're going to have to show me your finished pieces when they're done. Send them to me in the email. Okay, I might even go in the same hole just to straighten it up a bit. There we go. A little spider. So this is really coming to life. I'll put it in the same hole again because we need to start straightening it up. Oh, caught on a pin. Ideally I should have had that finished, but because I don't edit, I just pause is my editing. Yeah, I have to sort of sew bits and pieces, and then I go and finish it behind the scene. Okay, now see, when it comes to doing this, I can be yapping and you can sew along with me while you're watching this. Normally I don't let you watch me everything, but this is a different type of video, more of a retreat tutorial. Now, the last one was quite long too, but that's okay. They're not long compared to some videos that are on YouTube. So, okay. Now, what I might do, I'll do it this way. What you do is you do a knot. And I'm actually going to put it back through and because I need to do the put it through here, yeah, and then got to sort of go underneath, because I've got to do the button. Okay, where's the middle? Ooh. There we go. Okay. Sorry guys, it's just so bulky. Oh, that looks so good. Okay, how pretty does that look? Hey, so pretty. Now we are going to, it's 41 minutes already, but that's okay. Sew this button on. I'll show you. Looks really nice. Yeah, I'll sew that button on there, and then we are going to get, okay, I might use this smaller one because it's got lines and stuff on there. I want to get my friction pen. I might get the thinner one. Okay, so we're going to try and dot the middle of them. They're 2 inches. And where are we? From there to there is 1 inch, 1.5. No, 1, 2, 2.5. So half of that is 1 1/4. Thinking that's where the middle is. So 1 1/4 there, and then do a line from there to there. So it needs to be in the middle, and the reason why is because I've got to go from middle here to there and there. So that's the middle. And then we're going to do the middle of this, which is 1 1/4. So that we've got, well, happens to be right in that little point. We go like this. Yep. And I mean, I'll do this. Oh, see, it doesn't matter. Friction pen, it'll iron. I'll do this part. So I'm going to keep on going in the middle, find the middle of this one, join that up, and see. And so I'll see how it's a little bit gappy. So I'm going to do the fly stitch in this colour. We're going to stick our button on, okay, in that colour. So when I come back, I would have done, I'm just showing you how to do that, so to make sure that you find the middle on every third one, centre there, so that it doesn't look wonky. Hopefully you can see that. Can you see what I mean? Finding the middle. It's a bit off-putting on this because sometimes the patterns on these are a bit, and I've got a bit where she's actually joined some bits together, which I actually don't mind. It adds to the uniqueness of it. So in the middle, and so there, so you measure the middle 1 1/4 there. It's every 3. Okay, no worries guys. Well, I will be back in the next video having done stitched all that in the fly, and I would have done most of that, and I'll show you how I finish that off. And then next time round, it is sewing these babies together, putting all these on, showing you how to, you know, I've got the big ones. Some, if you want, you can use this size around there. Like, it all depends how big your tablecloth is and whether it works having the bigger ones. You definitely will use these ones, but yeah. Okay, well, I'll catch you in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed the second part, and I will catch you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy. Bye.